We think we know how the Star Wars rebellion started, with grand speeches in the Andor Senate, with heroic Jedi such as Luke Skywalker, with Princess Leia pleading for help. We've always been told that Andor rebellions are built on hope. But that's not the real story of the Star Wars rebellion. The real war against the Empire didn't start with hope, it started with fear. The Star Wars rebellion began in the dark with quiet whispers and desperate acts. This is the story of how a Star Wars revolution is actually born, not in the shiny halls of power, but in the forgotten corners of the galaxy, by everyday people who had nothing left to lose. For decades, Star Wars has given us the grand spectacle of the galactic civil war, but it has rarely shown us the dirt under its fingernails. Andor, the prequel to Rogue One, changes all that. It rewinds the clock to 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, to a time when the Rebel Alliance was just a dangerous idea, not an army. The show makes the case that the war wasn't started by a single heroic event, but that it was a slow, agonizing burn. A process of radicalization born from personal tragedy, systemic cruelty, and choices so dark they could swallow you whole. This is the story of how scattered sparks of defiance across countless worlds were painstakingly gathered and fanned into the inferno of open war. When we first meet Cassian Andor on the grimy industrial planet of Morlana 1, he is no rebel. He's a thief, a cynic, a man haunted by a past he can't outrun, searching for a sister he can't find. He's a survivor, plain and simple. His first moves in the series aren't heroic, they're desperate. An altercation in a brothel leads to him accidentally killing one corporate security officer and then deliberately murdering the second in a cold, calculated act just to stay alive. And that's the core truth Andor lays bare. Rebellion doesn't begin with a grand ideology. It begins at a personal breaking point. Cassian isn't trying to liberate the galaxy. He's just trying to keep his head down and not get caught. When he meets the mysterious Luthen Rael, their deal is purely business. Cassian has a priceless piece of Imperial tech to sell, and Luthen is a buyer. Luthen talks about a cause, but Cassian just sees the credits. He's a mercenary, not a believer. He joins the Aldhani heist for the payout, a way to escape his problems, not to start a movement. This is the end of our Episode 1 views. Leave comments about your thoughts of this episode. Episode 2 will arrive shortly. Check in with us to continue with the story.